Okay, guys. Well, here we are in the continuation, part 2 of our episode of Getting to Know Us and playing the game. Where should we begin? Enjoy. Welcome to That's Why Podcast with Anna and Patricia, the show where we arouse your curiosity while we dull your senses. What's the next thing, Swan?
I'm the most judgmental when it comes to...
Wow, those are some good ones. I am the most judgmental. I think it comes to observing people's behavior. And if they don't behave the way in the moment I think they should, I do get judgmental. And I know my mom used to be like that. And I try not to be a judgmental person. But when I'm like, if I'm in a bad mood, like that's when that side comes out. And that's when I'm most judgmental. Maybe I should say I'm most judgmental when I'm moody. But what I judge is people's behavior. Yes. You need to be behaving correctly.
I agree with that because like your mood does...
Dictate
dictate how you are, because if you're in a pleasant, lovely mood and someone's irritating you or tries to be irritating, you're a little bit like, forgiving, or maybe a little bit less judgmental.
Yeah.
But then when you're pissed off,
oh gosh,
and your kid uses all your shampoo,
oh gosh,
and you're like, why the hell are you using my, you have your own shampoo, and then it just
like, for example, and I know this sounds maybe a little bit weird, but the rest of the day, anybody looks like they're trying to get over on you, you're like snappy.
Oh, absolutely.
Why? Because I feel like that's when I'm most like that, but.
So when I'm most judgmental, I was going to say the thing, my mood dictates how judgmental I am. I'll give you an example. It was 2 weeks ago, my aunt passed away. There's a cousin of mine, but I don't even give a fuck. But so he molested some family members.
Oh, God.
And ever since I found out about this, I'm like, I really hate him, right?
Yes.
My niece was like, hey, like he's here. And I was like, what the fuck? So I went back inside and I'm so angry. And I'm like, I'm going to go there and do this and that. And then I was like getting ready for a fight.
Right. Uh-huh.
And Peter's like, I don't think you should go, because if you go, you're going to cause more trouble. And it's going to hurt your aunt's kids, like the cousins, because they're trying to mourn for their mom.
Right.
And you can't go in there angry and hot.
Right.
And I was just like, they'll understand. I don't care. You know? But anyway, he talked me off the ledge. I didn't go. And I'm glad I didn't do it, because not only would I be mad at him, because when I get angry, everybody gets the wrath of me, not just the person I'm mad at. Mm-hmm. So for example, if I was in a fight with Peter and you came over, I would be mad at you too.
Oh, wow.
And you
gosh, I haven't seen that side yet.
So it's like, everybody gets
You're like,
it,
oh shit.
right?
Yeah.
And so I would go to the funeral and I would have yelled at everybody for stupid.
Gotcha.
What's up with your hair? Or like, something stupid. I would just be so mad.
Those shoes look stupid.
You're stupid. Stupid face. Or, so I was like, okay. And
I guess it's along the lines of what we just said, that when, like, if somebody, right, if one of my kids are like, they use all my shampoo, the rest of the day, I am taking it out on people, even unbeknownst to them.
Yes.
And they're like, why is this bitch so persnickety?
Yes.
That's probably why. But it's more obvious because you wear your,
yes. So anyway, I feel like I'm most judgmental when I'm moody.
When you're mad.
Yes, when I'm mad.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one. A conversation I need to have with myself.
Oh my gosh.
Esther, I love you again.
A conversation I need to have with myself. I have had that conversation recently about learning how to love myself well. There are times that we think that we're loving and honoring ourselves by things that we do if we're by ourselves. Yeah, let me treat myself, right? Mm-hmm. You hear that. Girl, you've been working all week. It's hard. Go treat yourself to this. And you think you're loving yourself when really you might be spending more money than you need and getting into debt. Mm-hmm. I think loving yourself is doing everything and anything that is in your best interest. And I haven't been doing that. So anyway, even though I just barely had that conversation, I'm still having to have that conversation with myself, reminding myself, is that loving yourself well?
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you love yourself right now at this moment?
I'm loving this, and I have loved, and you know why I've been loving myself well? Because I did need to get away from my family after my vacation. People, I'm just being real. What's wrong? No, after my trip, right? And I do take the time, and my family respects that, and I appreciate that about them. But that's doing it well instead of being all guilty like I have. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel good.
I think the conversation I need to have with myself is being more compassionate, because I think I've told you this before, 20 days out of the month, I'm very insensitive to people. But when I'm on my period, then I'm all gushy.
Yeah.
So I think the 20 days out of the month, or I don't know how long a period is, 5 days, or I don't know, 25 days out of the month. I feel like I'm insensitive because in my mind, being honest is more important than massaging someone's emotions or trying to make them feel better. After I say something that's really blunt, I will tell myself, you could have said it this way or whatever. And that's been a struggle of mine since I was a kid. I remember being a kid and I'm just like, what's so wrong about this? And my mom's like, you need to be more gentle. You're so abrasive. And I'm like, you're abrasive. Or, you know, like 5 years old, you are.
Oh no, we got her in a bad mood. Oh no. I would have loved to see how you treated your mom when you got in a bad mood. And what she would.
Well, actually, when I was young, my sister and cousin bullied me a lot. And I went back for more. I would still play with them every day.
Teach me to be tough.
I think they would be like, they were so bossy, boss me around. And I went back for more. I know.
But I think could that be what built a callus around your emotional tensions? Because I think it gets a little tense when you get a little emotional.
Yes.
And you're more in control.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that makes sense. And of course, I know that they loved me when we were children.
Of course.
I think it's an age thing. Because who always gets bullied or who always gets like, you're going to clean. They pass the chores down to the...
Yes, to the little one.
Yep, to the little one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that they were trying to be malicious or anything.
Right.
But I remember crying a lot.
You know what? I know this is going to sound like bizarre. And I kid you not, we are sober. We really are. Do you remember Jerry Maguire?
Yes.
Do you remember I think it was the first scene where he's like having sex with that girl?
Oh, I don't remember
it's his
that
girlfriend,
part.
and they're tough. They look like they love each other. Then he breaks up with her, and she looked at him, and she looked like she was going to cry. And instead of crying, I remember she punched him.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
And I was like, holy shit. Like, I never thought that could be a reaction. And she preferred to get angry than get vulnerable. Maybe your vulnerability button was pushed so many times. Maybe that's a better coping tool. Because I think, crying is a coping tool, right? It helps release and whatever. Yes. I think maybe I don't know, Esther Perel.
Why?
Please tell us.
I don't know why, but I remember when I was younger, I was okay being vulnerable and I was okay showing my faults or doing something and I'm like, oh, my bad. It was my bad.
Yeah.
But I remember crying a lot because in my mind, I was so blunt. I was like, why do you do this to me? Why do you always make me... I didn't understand. But now that I'm older, I'm like, the age thing. And older sister always picks on the little sister.
Right, it wasn't personal.
It wasn't personal. But I remember when I was... Right?
It was the Sopranos. No.
She's like, it's not you, it's me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, what? I always was really blunt as a kid.
She is. Oh, she ain't kidding. I love that. That's what I love about you. Yeah.
But I just didn't understand why people couldn't be that way back. Like if Mila's like, well, you're younger and, I've been doing all this stuff and mom always makes me do stuff, then I would understand. But then I was always, I don't know, Manny and Mila. Okay.
Thanks a lot, ladies.
Thanks a lot. But yes, I would say that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I can't believe I got away with.
Okay. Something that's coming to mind for me that I've done that has impacted me all my life is I can't believe I got away with passing high school, getting my high school diploma.
Why?
I cut so much class. Not that this is a good thing. I don't encourage this at all. This is what popularity does to you or does for you. I barely went to school. I'm not going to say I was the popular girl, but I was popular like a lot of other kids, different category of kids. And we had all the typical groups. I ran against this girl for a secretary, president.
Student body?
Yeah, student body, but it was the secretary position.
Okay.
I remember feeling guilt a few weeks later thinking I didn't deserve that shit. I only got this because I'm popular. That girl really deserved it. And she was one of the few of Middle Eastern background girls that were there. I ran up against her and I knew I was going to win, but out of popularity, not because of my skill. So all of high school, I feel like it was a lot like that. My teachers liked me. I used my personality, if you will. And regardless of what people say, and I'm not saying I'm good looking, so don't get things twisted. What I'm saying is things like if you have a good personality, if you are good looking, people don't know the doors that open for you before you even get there simply because. People that are quiet, they may have been more intelligent and done, known their stuff and maybe didn't get as great of a grade because they didn't sit well with the teacher. Or maybe I got as good of a grade as they did, but I didn't do the work like they did.
Yes.
See what I'm saying?
But you got away with it.
But I got away with it. And I can't believe that I did. Now, It's benefited me, right? Every time you go and apply for a job, they ask you, do you have a high school diploma? But yeah, that's something crazy. And I think about that still till this day. I think about that. And it's not like it's, I'm thinking about it all day and every day. But it's something that you're like, wow, when you see people graduating, what did you put into that diploma that you deserve?
Would you be able to find this student that you ran up against and see what she's doing today?
That would be interesting.
I think that
I don't think I know
amazing.
her name.
Oh, damn it.
You know what? Just for kicks and giggles, I'm just going to look into it. If it's easy, I'll do it. But
I would love to see where she is right now.
Yeah, right? That you'd be like, oh my gosh, you're like some CEO somewhere.
Yes.
And you still did all right.
Wow.
Or I hope it's that one and not, oh my God, are you all right? Well, no one loved me. You know what I mean? Like, no, I hope you didn't take it that way.
Wow.
Yeah, because people can go either way.
You're right. Because what if that was a traumatizing moment for her?
Like I tried out for this and what if you built the courage to finally try out? Someone told you
that
follow
moment.
You and this bitch won just because she's popular. Like that could make someone jaded and bitter. Wow, this took a nasty turn.
What's her name? Let's Google her name.
Oh gosh.
Do you have your yearbook?
Yeah.
And would you be able to find her in the yearbook?
I will try.
Okay. I want to find out because I feel like that would be a complete story of what you got away with and how it affected someone else. Oh my God.
Well, with that, getting elected, but high school in general, getting my diploma.
Yeah. These are really good questions.
Aren't they?
Because I've never thought about this before. The only thing that came to my mind was my friend Annie and I wouldn't even say steal a car, but it was from the dealership. And she knew that the key was in the glove compartment. So we took it for a joyride and returned it. Is that... it's not stealing because it's kind of like...
I agree.
Oh, okay, right?
I definitely agree that it's not stealing. But that is something that you did get away with.
Right? Okay.
That's a little extreme out there, Swan. Do you know what could have happened to you?
What?
If the cops would have stopped you and they're asking for all this information.
But we drove in the parking lot. So it was like a joyride.
Oh, you didn't get out?
No.
Oh, damn. I thought it was... Okay,
you
didn't get on the highway and do a Thelma and Louise.
See,
but then you change your mind.
Oh, Thelma and Louise. I'm still here.
But then you change your mind and you went back. You're like, psych.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, yours. I feel like yours is really good. Mine's not as like thought provoking.
Well, it's not, and it's not that like I cheated, right? I mean, I didn't cheat, but just by mere getting away with being able to actually acquire a document or a piece of paper that's really helped me.
You know what? I thought about this right now. I never got pregnant.
But you don't want kids.
No.
And I think your uterus and your ovaries know it. They're like, stay away!
Repel!
Yes. Spray them. Yes. I think they know.
Right?
Yeah, they're like,
or like even like
don't mess with her.
I never got an STD.
Right?
Never got like I can't believe that didn't happen because
See what I mean?
I'm not gonna.
You think about it for a minute, and then
these are great. Esther Perel.
Esther, you're
Dr.
amazing.
Perel.
We love you. We do. I really do think the world of her. And she said something so fascinating about, because her parents were survivors of the Holocaust. Oh. And she said that she could tell that there were people that didn't die physically, but they were dead inside. And she saw the difference between those who decided to use the chance that they had to live it to the fullest and loving family. And I think her seeing those two opposites gave her a perspective about psychology, human psychology, and how fascinating it is. She's told me, I mean, every time that woman speaks, I'm just like mesmerized. Yeah, I'm in awe.
Well, what you pointed out, I don't know which episode, but you said that
I say you bullshit all the time.
No. I'm like, really?
People come. Do you know that people come up to me, like my friends, and they're like, remember like last summer when you said this, and I was like, I said that shit.
And you're like,
huh? Yeah, no kidding. And people tell me I say things, and I'm like, I say shit all the time. And then I do hear some of the things. I'm like, damn, that was pretty good.
That's good.
Or I was even shocked. I'm like, I said that shit.
I remember you said.
What did I say?
You said people always say you live once.
Oh yeah.
Or you only live once.
Yeah.
But you only die once.
Yes.
You live every day.
I read that shit.
And
No, I read it, but I'm like, that's so true. You're like, that's not me. That's not mine, yo. I saw that meme somewhere.
No, but it's still from
isn't
you.
it true?
Yes.
Isn't
and
it true?
when the Holocaust survivors had the chance to live, it's like that survivor's guilt.
But the difference is, if you and I have the same experience, it's the same thing I've said about being molested, right? Or being treated a certain way. There are two people. You got A and B. They both were sexually molested. One goes on to be an advocate and a fighter against that behavior, but the other one perpetuates it and continues to do it.
And they become a hooker and a meth head.
Or whatever. Or just, or continue to abuse their kids or other people, you know?
Yes.
And point being is, why? Why does A choose this and B choose that? I think it all comes down to their experiences and their psychology.
Totally.
But getting into that nitty gritty and how you can twist it around, right? You can change it. That person that perpetuates that behavior can learn why that's so damaging and almost even heal themselves by changing it, right?
That's
by changing
true.
their behavior. So anyway, I don't know what the fuck we were talking about.
No, that was really good. Like, how do people take different paths?
Yes.
When the road is there and
same experience.
Yeah.
And look, listen, chemistry is such a deep thing, like meaning your chemistry, your biology, your thinking, your aura, whatever it is that you want to call it. You and I can both have the exact same ingredients to cook something. And for whatever effing reason, yours will taste different than mine.
I don't understand that.
Hasn't that happened to you?
Every time.
And you're like, we're cooking with the same stuff, but everybody's got their own flavor.
Ooh, that's a great analogy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Next. The last time I cheated.
Cheated on what?
Is it like, oh my gosh, is it like a relationship or, okay, you go first.
Right, I guess you can, that can be anything. Who has not cheated on their diet?
Every day.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh. Like I'm thinking about it right now. Yes. And I said to someone the other day, when we were playing this game, I can't remember what the question was or the comment, but I was like, I don't like when I deceive myself. Like I cheat on myself. We were just talking about how love yourself well. When you cheat on yourself and you break a promise to yourself, any of that, you don't feel good. And I think that that's the same thing as cheating on, whatever. You could cheat if you cheat on a friend, cheat on your spouse, cheat on breaking a promise. You don't really feel good.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're right. And I mean, you talked about it today. You need to go back into working out because you love that. Drinking all the water. You had that big, 1 gallon a day.
Yes. I
how,
felt amazing
when you did that.
That was the best I felt about myself in probably the last 25 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy
when I was
moly.
on my game and honoring my schedule and my job and myself and being true to what I said I was going to do and having the strength. I mean, there's a sense of fulfillment and strength that comes with loving yourself well. Again.
Yes. Reminding yourself.
I don't like...
You're
and
right.
I never feel good. When you eat like shit, you do really feel like shit.
I know.
In the moment, that's, it's coming down. That's salty, salty, crunchy. Yeah. And then you're like, ew, why did I do that?
That's, oh my God. Remember when we went to eat dim sum yesterday?
Yes.
And it was good at the moment. But after we had the leftovers, I couldn't eat it. I was like, I can't have greasy food right now. All I ate were apples, peaches, and water.
Your body was like, listen.
Yes, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But then, you're right. At the moment, I'm like, oh, this is so tasty.
Right? But you don't feel good. You not only do you not feel good physically, you really feel like, come on, man.
Right.
You know better than that.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know why
You almost
we do
castigate
that.
yourself a little bit. You scorn yourself a little bit.
It's like we want to live and we want to enjoy things. But there's to a point where your body's telling you, this is not good. You know,
I wish it would have been that those things are good for you, because then everyone would be happy. But no,
oh my gosh,
it didn't turn out that way.
Oh, man,
but then it wouldn't be a sacrifice, I guess, huh?
Yes, that's true.
And that's part of the joy.
Discipline.
Yeah.
I mean, you enjoy it, but then also you have to be disciplined. A fourth of this serving of this or whatever, instead of like the whole plate or something. Yeah. I don't have self-control.
No, I'm not one of those people that are like, just get a bag of chips and have an ounce a day. I was like, are you crazy? Those chips will be gone by the time I get home.
Or like 15 almonds.
Yeah.
Like a snack size of 15 almonds.
Wow.
No.
Wrong food. Absolutely. Okay. Anyway.
Okay. The last time I cheated was...
Did you ever cheat on a test or...
No, tests are hard to cheat because they're at school, they're proctored. And even if you have an internet class, it's a video. Oh. And your screen is locked. So you can't have anything else.
Now, what color was that?
What's that?
What color was that? What shape was that card?
Gray square.
I wonder if... I feel like all the shapes have to mean or ask questions that are related to something specific, because that's really... Like broad. The pink ones are about sex. But the gray ones have to be about something in particular, and I wonder what that would be. Now... Cheated or to cheat is act dishonestly or unfairly in order to gain an advantage, especially in a game or examination.
I would say high school then. If it's homework, I would say high school was the last time I cheated. I don't know how people cheat in college.
Right.
But even some of the classes, I'd have to go to the test center. You can't bring your own pens or pencils. They check your sleeves and everything.
Wow.
You can't even bring a pen because people were rolling up paper and putting it in the click pen.
What?
Yes. So I have never cheated in college because that...
But high school all the time.
I know, high school all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Boring. Well,
no card games like right now. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, this question really says
this question. Yeah, no, you lied. No.
Okay, last question, and it's a pink one.
Oh shit!
The most sensual experience I've had without having sex.
Oh my god. Okay, it's going out there. No. Swan's like, I'm going to get the popcorn. I think that there are times when you have happy time, self-love.
Yes.
And when it's, portrayed, whether in porn or other things, it's just like this thing to gratify yourself. But I think there's something to be said, for example, having an experience of being in the shower the water's running down, you've got good music going, you light up maybe some candles, and you gratify yourself not just for the sake of it, but for the experience of it. And you actually have an experience with yourself. I think that's very sensual.
Do you think that's sex with yourself? Because remember, you and I were talking about
what the word virginity means.
Right. And then, do you know what I'm saying? So like, if you say like, are you a virgin? But if a person's like, oh, I've done everything. I've done it in the butt. I've done it in the mouth, at my ears, my nose.
All of my orifices.
What is it? Head, shoulders,
knees and toes.
Knees and toes.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Knees and butt and front and up and down. Wow, that's really okay. So
would you say that's sex with yourself if you self-pleasure?
Man, if I'm going off of the definition that I gave you, which was, I think virginity is innocence lost when it comes to sexuality or sex. I think that, I think you're not necessarily, even children touch themselves, right? It feels good. They know it feels good. They don't know what it is, but then when their eyes are open to what, that tool or gift can be used for, then that's where I think innocence is lost, because I feel like little kids touch themselves and they know it feels good. But going and having an experience, pardon me, and solo time, I guess then I would have to change the definition and say that virginity is when your innocence is lost, when you have given yourself to someone else.
I understand. But then your sensual experience,
your self-discovery,
I understand,
would not
be defined as sex, because
would not be defined as sex or be an act in which you can say, then therefore I'm not a virgin. I think it would have to involve you giving your body, right? And that changes that whole experience, because no matter also how much you may touch yourself, it's never, ever the same as when you're sharing yourself with someone else. The emotion for me would have to be there, and that changes the experience altogether. Then I'd have to change my definition of virginity. But that, to me, going off of the question, what was it again?
The most sensual experience I've had without having sex.
Without having sex, that would be it. Yeah.
I feel like I have two. One was the first time Peter and I started dating, he never had a massage. And he fell asleep, like totally fell asleep. It was, to me, sensual, because like touching someone else's body without, I need to orgasm, or I need to whatever.
Or I need to,
Like he loved the massage. I gave him like a chest massage, back massage, head massage. And you've had a facial before.
Yeah.
Facials are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like giving him like the facial massages and everything, and he just zonked out. So to me, that was sensual without sex.
Yes.
But I loved seeing the pleasure he had from receiving that massage, not the arousal, but because it made him feel so good, and it was a new experience for him. So I think that one was one. And the second one, okay, I'm going to preface this. I don't do drugs all the time, okay? I just want to say that.
But Swan's not this druggy people.
No, but I feel like I talk about it a lot. Oh my gosh. I feel like I talk about it a lot. Okay, but it was a couple of years ago, and Peter and I, we did ecstasy at our friend's pool. And it was an indoor pool. He had lights in the pool, and it was only like 5 of us.
I hear that it really is amazing.
Oh my gosh, it's so great. Yeah. But there was no sex, nothing like that happened. But being there with even the people that you love and experience that euphoria all together. And of course, Peter and I, we're married and stuff, like we love each other. And, when you're on drugs, I'm sorry, it does bring you emotionally closer. It really does.
I could see that.
Right? That's another experience where I was like, this is so great, because the music, like I said, was loud. We didn't disturb the neighbors. We were in our own zone. And then, once again, you're just weightless in a pool, and then the water's vibrating in the water, and you're floating, and you see the ceiling and the lights reflecting off everything. Peter doesn't know how to swim. And so like even just holding him up, it was
that was an experience, man. I could see it the way you're even describing it.
I know, huh? I was like,
wow.
Yeah, like sometimes awesome. I'll get tingles, goosebumps thinking about that. But it's not just a physical
because
thing.
it doesn't, again, I feel like it's almost like always getting what you want. It's not as pleasurable as people will think.
Right.
Without any effort or without any work, just getting everything all the time. There is a beauty in the struggle, So you being able to connect at that level without having to have sex or take it there, just be is that's beautiful. See, I wish I could say that, but I mean, every time Tim and I get into massaging, it just really does always lead to sex. So you can never leave it just there, like you have to finish.
You're so funny. You're like, massage my feet, and then throw me on the bed, and then.
But you know what Tim does? Tickle my feet a lot.
Love that.
And I just say, "Can you tickle my feet?" And I sit next to him. He just tickles it, and that doesn't lead to anything. But it's not as sensual as my other experiences.
But isn't that nice? So even like if you just
every time we watch a movie, I'll inevitably say or ask, "Can you tickle my feet?"
Yes.
And I even say, if you don't want to, if you don't feel like it's okay, and he acquiesces.
You put your feet for it, and you don't want to.
You don't want to. If you can get your finger, if you get toe up out of my nose, thank you very much. And he's great at it. He's really, really good. It's perfect.
I love that. That's so awesome. So
that was our last question.
I hope you guys don't email us and tell us that you don't know us enough on our Get to Know Us episode. Okay.
Well, there'll be more to come in the future. Okay. And I hope you learned a little more about us.
I feel like I learned a lot about you.
And you know what, guys? So I'm not getting paid for this. Believe me. If I do get to meet Esther Perel someday, believe you me, I would love that. But I'm not getting any kickbacks or whatever, but I just get the joy because of saying, please, if you're interested in playing a good game, this is a great game for date night, or a group of girls or just a group of couples that you don't, Now, I'm going to be real with you. Questions like that about, let's say, have you ever cheated? You might want to be careful, right? Because could you imagine you're playing with 6 couples? And
yesterday? At the gym?
That girl that always bends over in front of me when I'm doing my squats. And you could probably start some friction where you don't want it to be. Now, enjoy it. It's got a lot of questions that you can ask each other and learn. So it's just a great thing. And I hope you guys enjoyed those questions. We picked them randomly, by the way. They're not pre-picked.
Nope. It's all new.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. This. And we have our quote of the day.
We do have our quote.
Yes. And I think you're the one that has it.
Support your friends like you support the celebrities that don't know you exist.
And I really wanted her to read that. She usually gives options of 3 quotes. And I wanted her to read that because I think it's very relevant to what we played today. So often we know about celebrities in and outs and lives and when, and all these details, but our neighbor that we've lived next to for 15 years, we don't. Or office quote unquote friendships that we go to lunch, but we never get deep. If shit were to hit the fan, those celebrities not going to be there, but maybe that neighbor or that coworker or that friend would. So get to know your friends more than you do those celebrities. And I think that was very appropriate. And I really feel like this is the best game I know out there to help you get closer. Yes. Even to get to know yourself.
Yes.
Yourself.
I had to dig deep.
I had to dig deep too. So it's not just about getting to know other people. It's really also getting to know yourself.
It is, exactly. All right, guys. If you would like to be a part of our show, we would love to hear from you. Ask us questions and share your story. We'll give you our unfiltered, unforgiving, unqualified advice. Record an audio clip and email us at that'swhyshow@gmail.com. Find us on Instagram and Facebook at That's Why Show. Follow, subscribe, and please write us a review.
And with that, peace, love, and dark chocolate.
Bye.